Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Wednesday evening. Hope you're enjoying the week. A little bit of a change in the weather, a bit chillier this week I think. We've got a kind of a nice little flowing, I'd say back to basics type practice this evening. So hopefully you will enjoy that. And as always throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So we shall begin in a seated position. Making yourself comfortable. Close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall, lengthening through your spine. Equal weight on both seat bones. Letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. And just bringing yourself to the practice. Feeling that length in the spine, releasing the shoulders, softening the muscles in the face and jaw. And then letting your attention go to your breath. Inhaling through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhaling through your nose. Stretching out that exhale. So you're exhaling slow and long. Using your oceanic breath. I'm taking 2 more breaths here. And then slowly opening the eyes, let's take a little twist to the left. So thinking about the belly button doing most of the twisting. Again, lengthening through the spine. You can use your leg as a lever to help you deepen that twist, but still keeping the length. One more breath here. And then making your way back to the center. Taking a breath here as your body just readjusts. And then taking your twist to the right. One more breath here. And then coming back to the center again, giving your body just a moment to settle. And let's do nice big circles with our head, so bowing the head down and then drawing nice big circles with the head, getting a nice stretch on the neck. First in one direction and then take it in the opposite direction. And coming back to center, let's take it on to all fours into our tabletop. So having your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees, feet straight out behind you. Pressing away from the mat, nice and active here as we take it into some cat-cow. So let's move with the breath, inhaling into your cow pose, dipping that belly, tilt the pelvis, open the chest, raise the gaze. And then rounding through from the tailbone all the way up the spine to the crown of the head. And moving with your breath here. Flowing through. And then coming back, when you're ready, to your neutral spine. And with that right leg, let's stretch it out behind you. Keep the toe on the mat to start with. Push out through your heel so you get that nice stretch all the way down that right leg. And then lift it up to hip height, keeping the foot flexed, toes pointing downwards. And then let's take the left arm, stretching it out in front of you, keeping the gaze onto the mat. We're going to hold this balance here for 3 breaths. Letting the core help here, engaging it as you exhale. And then coming back to your tabletop, let's take that to the other side. So stretching the left leg out, toes onto the mat to start with, so you can push it out, feeling that stretch in the calf, feeling the length of the leg, and then raising it up from there. Letting the right arm come out in front. And holding this balance for 3 breaths. And coming back to your tabletop, let's make our way up into a downward dog. So curling those toes, pushing the hips back to the heels as you lift up the knees and make your way into your downward dog. Pedaling those legs on your way there. Just encouraging that stretch. Keeping the leg pressing away from the mat. And then when you're ready, finding your stillness. Let's take 3 breaths here, keeping those shoulders away from the ears, gaze towards the belly button. And then let's step those feet up to meet the hands, coming into a nice deep forward fold, taking a breath. Stepping the hands out to come into a nice lengthened spine. Bringing the hands back towards the toes, forward fold. And stepping back into your downward dog for a breath. And stepping it forward to your forward fold. Lengthen spine, letting the hands come away, the spine open up. And again, through to your forward fold. Stepping it back to your downward dog. Stepping it up to your forward fold. Lengthening the spine, hands away. Bringing the hands back to forward fold. And then bending the knees, making your way all the way up to stand at the top of your mat. Hands in prayer at your chest. Good. Taking a breath here. Checking in with the feet. That they are hip width apart, both facing forward, equal weight on both feet and nicely distributed across the feet. With your hands on your hips, checking that they're nice and square here. They're in line with the top of the mat. We're going to step the right leg back to come into a warrior one. So step that right leg back. Remember, if you're wobbly, just move the distance between the feet a little bit wider to give you more stability. We want to have weight on that back foot. So a little bit of weight on the outside edge of the back foot to get that leg fully extended, squaring up the hips. If you can go a little deeper, go a little deeper, working with your body. And when you're in your best position with your legs, in terms of that nice sweet spot between challenging but not overextending, let's raise those arms up so they're coming past the ears, and we'll take 3 breaths here. Remembering to engage that core as you exhale, really adding strength to the pose. And then bringing the arms down by your sides. We're going to step this right foot across so your heels are lined up. Let me just come the other way around so I don't have my back to you. So your heels are lined up, and we're going to come into our warrior two. So the front of your body is now facing that long side of the mat, bringing the arms into a T, soften the shoulders, keeping that knee over the ankle, trying not to give into the temptation of the knee falling in or indeed out, or this angle widening. We want to keep everything stable. And one more breath here. And then let's straighten that front leg. Reach forward with the left hand, windmilling down into our triangle as you look up towards the ceiling. Keeping the chest and shoulders in line with each other. Don't worry about how deep you are. You can be up nice and high, working with your body. 3 breaths here. And then let's make our way back to upright, turning both feet to the front of the mat or back to the long side of the mat. And let's fold forward here. Coming nice and deep. Really feeling that stretch on the inside of the thighs. You can bring the hands down onto the mat and just walk them back through your legs. One more breath here. And then walking the hands forward, bend the knees, making your way back to upright, and let's step it up to the top of the mat again. So once again, checking in with the feet, hip width apart, that weight nicely distributed. And this time we're going to take it over to the other side. So left leg coming back, bringing the hands onto the hips to keep your awareness on keeping them nice and square as we step back towards our warrior 1. So stepping that left leg back, finding that distance that works for you here. Checking in with the knee that it's over the ankle, nice and stable. Keeping those hips square, raising the arms up, soften the shoulders, release the jaw, and take 3 breaths. And then from here, making our way into warrior 2, we want to step this left leg back, getting the heels in line with each other as we draw those arms up into a T, and just let the gaze look over that right hand. And then moving it into your triangle, straightening the front leg, reaching forward with the right arm as you windmill into your triangle, finding that nice openness in the chest. One more breath here. And then bringing that hand down, both hands onto the mat, having those legs now both feet facing the long side of the mat as you once again come down into a forward fold, this time clasping your fingers behind your back as you raise those hands away from the back, deepening that fold.
And releasing the hands, bringing them onto the mat as you heel toe your feet together, toes together, heels a little bit apart. Pushing the seat back, bending the knees as we drop into a chair pose, keeping those knees behind the toes. Two more breaths here. And then making your way up to stand, coming to the top of your mat. Let's take a little balance here. So shifting the weight into that right foot. Let's turn the left foot at a right angle. And raising the left foot up onto your calf or your thigh. Bringing the hands into prayer at the chest. Raising the arms up over the head. Maybe opening them out if you like. One more breath here. And then bringing those hands down into prayer at the chest. Letting that left foot come down. Let's take it over to the other side. So turning the right foot out. And drawing it up onto the calf or the thigh. Finding that gaze point, softening the gaze. Lengthening the spine, engaging the core. And bringing the hands over the head. One more breath here. And let's bring those hands back down into prayer at the chest, releasing that foot down. Having those feet now hip width apart. Bringing the left hand onto the hip, raise that right arm up. Let's take a little bend to the left. One more breath here. And coming all the way up, let's take that over to the other side. And coming back to stand at the top of your mat, raising both hands up. Let's sweep them down, coming down into your forward fold. Taking a breath here. Stepping the hands away, lengthening the spine. Forward fold again. Stepping it back into your downward dog. And then coming down into tabletop. And making your way down onto your mat to bring your back all the way down, knees bent. Bringing the arms into a T, let those legs fall to the right, gaze to the left. And then taking that over to the other side. And back to the center, let the arms come down by your sides, palms facing upwards and legs open out long, toes flopping out to the side, allowing the body to soften as you let go your feet and your legs. Letting go your glutes and pelvis. The whole back of your body and shoulder blades. Letting go the front of your body, chest and shoulders. Your arms and your hands. Letting go your head, your face, jaw, lips and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go. And take a little time out here for gratitude. For whatever you're feeling particularly grateful for today. And then let your attention go to your breath. Inhaling through your nose, into your belly, pause, and then exhale. And keeping your focus on your breath for the next few minutes.